Hey guys, welcome to what you're watching Open Studio on Cape Town TV. As always, my name is Danny Campbell. And with me in studio today is two amazing gentlemen who go by the name of Rico and Tashi. They are from an amazing group or an amazing company called Growth Recruitment or Grow Recruitment. Growth Recruitment. So they had to talk to us here in studio of how you can go about applying or how they are helping young people out there or helping alleviate unemployment amongst young people and also anybody that find themselves within the disadvantaged area or whatever the case may be. So guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
No, you're welcome, and it's great to have you guys here because like we spoke before the show, I can hear the passion, you know, and also the goal and the drive that you have to wanting to make a change within the communities that we face ourselves today. So for those that's watching at home for the first time and is wondering who are these two fly-looking gentlemen here in studio today. So guys, can you just introduce yourselves?
Sure. My name is Crosby Tashi. I'm the marketing and communication lead at Grow Recruitment Services. So I focus mostly on marketing and communications, putting our company out there, just to tell the whole of South Africa what we are doing in terms of youth unemployment and how we are achieving those goals of helping youth get placed in different work environments.
Okay, wow. And yourself?
I'm Enrico. So I do the sales and I work a lot within the communities. And myself and Crosby, we do like you said earlier on media and communications.
Okay.
So it all comes together as one. Like we work, I actually work side by side with them.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys work hand in hand.
Hand in hand, pretty much.
So Crosby, is that a first name or
That's
a
my first
nickname?
name, yes. That's my first name.
Oh, it's a cool first
Yes.
name. You know. Crosby sounds like a rapper. All right, so Grow Recruitment. What is Grow Recruitment?
So Grow Recruitment was started by two people, namely Bill Mildrum and Alfred Botha.
Okay.
They met through the Cape Town Fostering Organization, which is an organization that deals with fostering kids from disadvantaged communities. So these kids go through a lot in their life. Some they don't have parents, so they're just there to provide guidance and be that father or mother figure in them.
Yeah.
So they met last year or years before that. And then they decided to, come up with ways of helping youth from disadvantaged communities based on them taking care of or fostering kids, because they're seeing a lot of challenges how kids end up, being in those bad spaces is because they don't have guidance and stuff like that. So they met up and they decided, you know what, the best way for us to help these kids from disadvantaged communities is by probably keep them busy, but productively. And how can we do this? Let's start off a recruitment agency that mainly focus on youth and people from disadvantaged communities. So they met up and then they start the company last year, probably in March. So the company has actually been running for almost 2 years now, since its inception.
Yeah.
And the main goal for Grow Recruitment is to help kids or people from disadvantaged communities get placed in different work environments within South Africa. Okay. Youth unemployment is a very big problem in Africa, South Africa, and in any third world as well. So it's a problem that I think has been there and it will always be there unless if someone, takes the bold step to actually do something about it. Yeah. So we are trying our best as Grow Recruitment, to contribute towards fighting youth unemployment in South Africa. Yeah. And hopefully, as part of our goals, Africa as a whole, that's where we're looking at. But right now, as we're taking baby steps, we're looking at, being all over South Africa and all four corners of South Africa and see how we can help youth from all those various communities.
Wow. So if I may, Rico, Crosby mentioned that Grow Recruitment is trying to help alleviate unemployment. We might not be able to remove it completely, but you can somehow minimize the number of people out there that is unemployed. So Enrico, what would you say, or how would you say is the organization or the company living up to its mission and vision? And also, what is the mission and vision?
Like Crosby was saying, the mission and vision is like helping the disadvantaged youth get into employment, by empowering them, because in a lot of the disadvantaged areas, it's actually where it begins actually there. That's where it starts, man. Like, because of lack of unemployment, that's where poverty comes in, and that is where the increase of crime comes in again. You see, because they don't know any better, man. So I believe everybody wants to work. I don't believe you get lazy people, really. People choose to be lazy. I just believe that the fact is some of them don't have the resources, man. You see, they don't have that that person to help them get there to where they want to get, man. And I believe that, because I'm not speaking out of what I know, I'm speaking out of my experience, what I've seen and what I've dealt with. Like, how can I put it? Like they say, because of lack of knowledge, people perish.
Yeah.
That's a biblical term. It means in all sense of not knowing. So what we do is we go to the communities and we start recruiting them, and we start taking CVs, and we start, like, you know, getting them on board, and then we walk with them from there onwards, man.
So when you say going into communities and taking CVs, are you physically going into the community?
Yes, 100%.
Okay,
so I mean, as you know, most recruitment agencies, they wait for you to actually get hold of them, and you know, offer your CV to them, and then you have to wait for them to get back to you, you know, if there's an opportunity. So we are doing it differently, in the sense that we are taking the initiative to actually go to the communities, and while we're also in the communities, we try and look for organizations within the community that are doing stuff that, you know, help youth be in a better position in terms of their livelihood. So we partner with, like, for example, in Elsa's River, there's a center called the ICANN Center. They offer quite a lot of, a number of job readiness courses that they offer. So we feel like that we resonate with them, because they're also trying to fight youth unemployment in that sense, getting youth ready in case when they get employment, they are ready and they know what to do when they get a job. So we partner with organizations like that. We also have in Langa, we partner with a church called St. Cyprian's Church in Langa, where we also do events once in a while, or probably once a month, where we say we're going to set up a stand there. We invite youth from that community or surrounding communities to come drop off their CVs, but they're just not dropping their CVs. So we sit down with them, we take a look at their CVs, we go through it together and see if it's presenting their skill set or whatever story they have, so that they're all marketable. If it's not the case, then we also offer help in terms of drafting their CVs up as well. And if they've never done any job readiness courses or anything just to get them ready, we also, you know, try help them with that. We have people in our team that are also knowledgeable and qualified to do that as well.
Okay. Wow. So that is something cool, so to speak. You know, many people don't take the time out to actually teach you how to draft a CV or what to do, where to put what on order, because it can be challenging sometimes. It's not just writing whatever, and you know, you have to draft it at a certain point where it looks professional. So what we're going to do, guys, we're going to take a short break. Okay, we've spoken about the introduction of the company. So when we come back now from the break, we're going to go more in depth for those that's watching at home, and so you can also see how they can get involved. So for those that's watching at home, guys, do not go anywhere. We'll be back after this. Guys, welcome to it. If you just tune in, you're not too late. You're watching Open Studio on Cape Town TV. Like I mentioned before, my name is Danny Kambo, and we've got an exciting episode for you guys today, because joining me in studio is two gentlemen here in studio for us. One goes by the name of Crossbow. That sounds like a rapper, like I mentioned earlier. Crosby. And then Rico. All right, so they're from Grow Recruitment, which is an amazing company, or which sounds more like an organization based on the work that they are doing there. It's so selfless. So for those that just tuned in, you're going to be so excited to hear what's coming up. So I urge you to please do sit tight and, you know, enjoy the show. So guys, just to continue our conversation, we spoke about the, you know, how this journey came about. Okay, you go into the communities and you try and assist individuals in you know, improving the life situations where they find themselves right now. So just to continue on that conversation, when you are out there in the field, you know, speaking and helping these people, who are you actually targeting? Are you looking at the youngsters? Are you looking at the elderly? Because currently, like we mentioned, unemployment is one of the biggest problems in South Africa, Africa, even in third world countries. So, and you will say it's mostly within youth. So are you restricting it to youth, or is it open to everybody?
You know, the reason why I say the youth initially is that was the main goal initially, because that's where the opportunity came through. Seeing a lot of youth that are unemployed and were just spending time not utilizing the time that they have. So, but as the idea grew, we realized that, you know what, it's actually a problem that caters for anyone and everyone. And that happened through experience working with the community organizations, because while you're there, you know, you're expecting a whole lot of youth coming through with their CVs, but you also get the grown-ups people coming through I'm talking of people who are in their 40s, some already almost reaching their 50s, who haven't worked or who have been struggling to get employment for a couple of months or years. So we saw that, and we're like, these people, they all share the same, almost the same journey, in the sense that they all come from disadvantaged communities. So we sort of changed, and we're like, let's focus on the people from disadvantaged communities. And I'm talking from able-bodied to disabled people as well. So we look at that and we say, bring your story, and we'll try and see how we can help you get placed or move on to the next phase. Because for example, older people, they face challenges of their age. So there's age discrimination when it comes to looking for employment. We are trying to tackle that as well. You get people who are disabled. It's very hard for them to even just move around to go from interview place to another interview place. So what we're doing as well, we're creating these events where we put up on our social media pages, be it on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter, and say, we have an event on such and such date. We're inviting all youths and all people from disadvantaged communities, able-bodied or disabled, to come through, and we share our story with them, and we tell them how we can help them. I'm not sure if I'm leaving anything else out of that, but basically that's how we, unless you want to add anything else.
No, basically Crosby said it all. But
forget.
like he's saying, like we actually got the concept of like the people that started coming to us, man. But it's like what we experienced was that it was like this one day, I don't know if you can remember, this lady came there and we were like taking the intakes of the CVs and stuff, man. But this lady was like, I think she was 60 odd, right?
Yes.
But she's very, you can see she's still very fit for her age, man. But you wouldn't say she's a 60-odd-year-old lady. She looks like she's 50 or 40 odd. And then she started talking to me, and she was like saying how desperate she is to work still, man. And like you were saying, the age discrimination thing, man. And the same, there was another lady that came that was, I think she was 50 years old, and she said that she went to certain places, and some of the recruitment agencies wouldn't even want to help her because of her age, man. And then that's where we learned actually that we shouldn't actually put a limitation on the age, really, because as long as the person has a desire to want to do that, man, we can still work with them.
And
like,
you can see,
like with disabled people as well, man. There's always means and ways, man, to fit them in. Like just because your legs don't work doesn't mean you can't use your hands. If your hands is working, you can still use your hands.
Definitely.
So that is where I think we're different. We don't really have any limitations on the different groups of people you get.
Wow.
Just to add on what he's saying, the reason why we decided to focus on disadvantaged communities is that they don't have connections, they don't have those relationships that can help them catapult to the next phase. For example, a youth who just finished high school and they stay in a township, they don't really have the same access as a kid who stays in a better environment. Let's say in the southern suburbs, they can probably have access to resources like internet connection, being able to actually go quickly 5 minutes walk to an internet cafe, draft up their CVs and stuff like that. So people from disadvantaged communities, one, they don't really have those resources to help them either draft their CVs or try email someone to help them get to the next level. And the other thing is that they don't have people who they can actually get mentorship from. So it's all about having access to the next person who pushes you to the next level. They don't have that. So that's why we're actually getting involved with them on the foot physically within the community. So we are trying to say, we are going to be the leap to the next phase for you, as opposed to someone who went to, per se, A school or Model C school. They grew up in that setup where they always have things closer to them, not in the sense of privilege, but in the sense of just they are fortunate enough to have resources all around them, which is a main challenge with regards to people from disadvantaged communities. And also, it's also a sense of not knowing how to use these things. Kids, youth from disadvantaged communities, they don't really, comfortable using the internet, because they're not well educated on that. So, we're trying to bridge that gap.
And pardon me, the industry has made it so difficult for an individual to get a job. Besides the age discrimination, you get the gender discrimination, and you get these youngsters that's coming freshly out of high school, but you cannot get a job because you do not have any work experience. And they've made it so difficult. You have to have a certain number of work experience, even though you can do the job. You need that work experience. So Obviously, you are getting those people that are coming to you guys with their CVs, without any work experience. Are there any programs that you're doing, any voluntary thing that you're putting them into to gain this experience before they actually go out in the field and do the work?
Yes, we have, and we also have organizations that we partner with. For example, I can tell you AVA, which is an organization that trains youth, help them get placed with internship opportunities. So we partner with organizations like that because, I mean, it's challenging for anyone and everyone, be it, from a disadvantaged community or, a better, how do I say, a well-resourced community. We all still face that challenge of whether you have qualifications or not. As long as you don't have work experience, it's going to be a challenge. I myself, through my own experience, I've actually, struggled, at some point, getting employment because of that.
Okay, so Crosby,
Sure.
Crosby, yes. I'm just going to take a short break quickly, so we come back and we continue on that exact conversation, because that's very interesting. It's a good topic on its own. So for those that's watching at home, guys, I hope you are learning as much as I am today, guys, and I urge you to not go anywhere. Stay tight in your seat. We'll be back after this. All right, guys, welcome back. We are almost at the end of the show, but you are not too late to learn something new. Like I mentioned earlier on, we've got two amazing gentlemen with us in studio today, Crosby and Enrico. They are from an amazing company called Grow Recruitment. We spoke earlier on during the show about how this agency or this company came about, and also what they are doing to help alleviate unemployment amongst young people or anybody in general that is facing any challenges where employment is concerned. So guys, just to continue our conversation, we spoke earlier on before the break about how difficult society has made it these days to get into an employment. We spoke about the ridiculous amount of years you have to have as work experience before you can actually go and do the job, even if you can do the job. And also there's the gender discrimination, there's the age discrimination, like you mentioned earlier on, Enrico. So how do you guys tackle that? Is there any programs that you are running to help give these people experience before actually being placed into the job that they qualify for, so to speak?
So like as I mentioned, that we're tackling it through partnering with other organizations that specifically focus on job readiness courses or programs or workshops, whatever the case might be. And also on our side, we're also offering that as a service in the sense of saying, that's when we start off from, building your CV. I think that's one of the first steps that you can actually, start getting your mindset into that, corporate, career sort of mindset. So we do have those sessions where, we just set up a time and date, and we post on our social media page, especially on our Facebook. Our Facebook page is one of the busiest out of our three platforms. So we are available on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, and Instagram as well. But so we do that, we invite them, and then we talk of, various career programs that they can embark on. Like I said also earlier on, that we've got a community organization that we partner with, like ICANN Center. They've got an area of number of courses that they offer for youths to be job ready. So it now depends on the youth what they want to do. So the reason why I mentioned the CV building is that that's when we find out what are these people interested in doing as a career. Because in most cases you find that when you collect the CVs from them, they're all desperate. You guys are actually very desperate. You're like, they are just ready to take anything and everything. Of which that's when we start talking with them. Like, don't come to us saying you're ready for anything and everything. I want to get you into a workplace where you're going to enjoy what you're doing. You don't feel like, you have to struggle to go to work every day. The reason being is that, so I sort of like, think of what you're passionate about, or think of the thing that you imagine you want to do, when you grow up or when you're in that workspace. Once they sort of like figure out what they feel like they want to do in the future or work-wise, we start working on that and try find opportunities within that industry.
So you mentioned also that you run internships.
Yes.
And can you tell us about those?
Like you were saying, what we try and do is we connect with companies and organizations to make them aware of who we are. And then we usually like seeing that we're a social enterprise, meaning that we work a lot within the communities and we work with the youth. We try and make them aware of what we pursue with the youth, and we try and find like job opportunities, job placement opportunities, and if not, job shadowing opportunities. So it's like it's basically a give and take thing, man. Whoever is willing to give us the 5 yards is willing to give us the 5 yards. And most people, when they hear recruitment, and they run the opposite direction, man, because not a lot of companies are are happy with using recruitment agencies because of past bad experience they've had with recruitment agencies, man.
So
So that is where I was saying it is a bit challenging, but it doesn't mean it can't be done.
Yeah. So just briefly, you spoke about abled and disabled. So how do you guys go about helping those that are disabled?
Just the same way we help able-bodied people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the same way we communicate and help an able-bodied person. The only thing I think that we just have to be aware of is the mobility of either getting to them or them getting to us. So we always try to go to them because it's always easier, or we find a place where it's easier for, let's say we are inviting a large group of disabled people to come for a talk where we share information on how they can move to the next level. But other than that, we just treat them as the same way as an able-bodied person.
Yeah.
And the other thing that's just a differentiator is there are organizations out there in and around Cape Town and South Africa as a whole that offer specific programs for disabled people. So like right now, I'm actually in the process of communicating with some of these organizations to see how we can collaborate.
Okay.
So we are always open for collaboration. We're always open for investment. We're always open to anyone who feels that they want to take part in having an impact on the society.
Yeah.
That's our main goal. Our main goal is to, when you hear grow recruitment, you associate that with community development. That's pretty much what we're looking for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So for those that's watching now at home and
Yeah.
they're thinking, I want to be part of this. They want to know where are you going to hit next.
Yes.
When is the next group going to be called together?
Yes. Yes.
How can they get a hold of you and how can they follow?
Yes.
Follow you guys.
So to those who don't have access to to get online to see our various social media platforms, they can actually make their way to the ICANN Center in Elsa's River. We're always there every Tuesday from 10 to 12.
Okay.
And sometimes we try to set up shop at Matrusfontein Center as well. But we always communicate where we are on our social media platforms. So they need to always check on our social media pages,
Yeah, so
which is
what
a
are
Grow Recruitment, a Grow Recruitment Services SA on Facebook and Instagram. And then on LinkedIn and Twitter, it's Grow Recruitment _SA.
Okay.
Yes.
So do you have maybe any idea where you're going to hit next?
Next one, today is Thursday, so next one it will be at ICANN next week Tuesday from 10 to 12.
And that's in Elsa's River.
Yes, in Elsa's River, yes.
Wow. So what should we expect, when we come there?
You should expect to get out of there feeling motivated, different. If you are youth who are struggling with employment, who's looking to better themselves, what I can say is that in as much as you might come to us hoping that you're going to get the job there and then, I can guarantee you that you will leave a different person other than anything else. You leave there with at least knowledge on how to be job ready, how to do your CV, and how you can actually map your way in terms of how you look for the next employment.
Yeah.
Because in as much as we help you, we also need your help. Your cooperation, your energy, your enthusiasm, your passion will also help us, in terms of getting into the next work employment. The other thing I just forgot to mention is that the reason why we're working with these communities, we also try and get these youth placed in workplaces that are close to where they stay.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
The reason being is that they don't have to worry about spending most of their money on transport or getting late to work as well.
Yeah.
So we save quite a lot of time and money in that. So it's very strategic. If you stay closer to an industrial area, we'll make sure that you get your employment within close to that, closer to your place of residence. So we make sure that that's a point. We can't employ someone who stays in Woodstock in Belleville.
Yeah, no, definitely. Oh, that's a lot of information to give in the same day. So guys, unfortunately, we've come to the end of the show, but for those that's watching at home, I'm sure if they want to learn more, get more information, they can come to the IK Center, which is in Kels River, and get more information there. So for now, I'm going to say, guys, thank you very much for coming through and sharing this information with us, guys. Oh, no, you're welcome. And for those that's watching at home, guys, Grow Recruitment is the name. Not all recruitment agencies are bad, guys, and these guys are proving it. So I urge you to go out there, check them out, check out the social media platforms, stay on your toes, and see where they're going to hit next, and you might be the lucky one next. So, guys, please keep well, have a good year. Until next time, bye-bye.